Yo, what is going on, homies? It's your boy StumpD back for another OPTC video, and in today's video we're taking the new DEX Whitebeard into some Pirate Rumble, into some PvP, and showcasing the DEX Powerhouse build. Can DEX Powerhouse be a thing? Now, yes, I know, settle down in the comment section, little Timmy, because this is not a full Powerhouse build. DEX has so many good units that you can build out so many different teams, and Powerhouse is one of them. However, there are two exceptions. When it comes to DEX, like I said, they have like their core team, they've got their anti-quick team, they've got the Powerhouse team, they've got the driven variation. There's just so many good characters for DEX, but Whitebeard being a DEX character doesn't actually boost DEX. He only boosts Powerhouse, which kind of makes him a little bit tricky to put on the team. But in saying that as well, like, you can definitely do it. The rest of the team we have built out with Powerhouse units. Obviously, like, PvP Pell is a god. Dalton is absolutely amazing. Lucci's very, very good. And then you have stuff like Blackbeard and Queen as well. But there are two characters that pretty much must be on your DEX team, no matter what your build looks like. The first one is Dex Luffy. Like, Dex Luffy is the best DEX unit for the PvP team, and it's not even close. He's so freaking valuable. He's so goddamn good that you just have to bring him. It's no if, no buts, no coconuts. The next one is Doflamingo. As a nuker on the bench when it comes to running a DEX team, like, you just have to bring him. Like, he's so good, and he can just clutch like majority of fights for you when he comes in, just like you guys are about to see with this particular fight today, because we are going up against a pretty bulky shooter team. The shooter team's been running around. It's been popping off and like doing some absolute bits, but we actually managed to take it down not once, but actually twice with the DEX Powerhouse sort of centric build. So, like I said, the builds are built around stuff like Pell, Dalton, and then Whitebeard. Lucci's just great for an attack-based unit. You could use something like Queen, or you could use something like Blackbeard as well, depending on what you're coming up against. Blackbeard works great, obviously, versing quick teams. You could easily use Queen for a bit more tankiness, but I did find that when you are running this team, or if you're going to try this team, you do want a little bit more offensive power. Now, Whitebeard does boost DEX characters. However, he also boosts Strike and Powerhouses. So I apologize, I said he doesn't boost DEX at the start, but he definitely does. He does level 3 attack and HP up to DEX, level 2 defense buff to... oh, hang on, that's his GP. That's his GP stuff. My bad. So, I take it back again. He does only boost Powerhouse characters. He doesn't boost DEX at all. He applies level 6 HP and attack to Powerhouse units. And then for the first 30 seconds, he applies level 4 defense to himself. So, you could easily put him in more of a middle slot. But the reason I like to put Luffy in that sort of second spot there is because when Luffy gets below 50% HP, he's very, very good at giving 100% CT, which is just very, very valuable. And as you guys see, him coming, him dying and then have Doflamingo coming in helps out quite a great deal as well. The HP and the attack buff is great, but there's no real defense. There's no real like prowess to what Whitebeard does. And then that self-reliant defense level 4 really isn't that great. All in all, though, he does make your team a lot more bulky. Level 6 HP is definitely nothing to scoff at, and he allows you to do a little bit more damage as well. As I was saying, with the reasoning that I put Lucci on the team was to sort of just get a bit more damage output with the Lucci special, sorry, reducing defense and then doing a lot of damage. So this extra level 6 attack can definitely help and allows you to do a lot more damage with stuff like the Luffy special, the Pell, the Dalton special, as well as Lucci just popping off and just absolutely decimating things. And the real reason that this is clutch is because Whitebeard with his Rumble special really doesn't do anything until the final 60 seconds. Or till the final 40 seconds, I should say. It's after the first 60 seconds. I don't know why they word it like that, but basically with his special on a 20-second cooldown, which is very, very low, by the way, he gives level 6 attack buff to Powerhouse characters, grants a 1.5 times counter to himself for 15 seconds, and then for the first 60 seconds, after the first 60 seconds, he does 3 times his attack to all enemies. So he targets everyone, which is great, but this only happens in the last 40 seconds. Now, it's pretty easy to get because once you do get into that last 40 seconds, you can pop this off like basically twice, depending on when the special actually gets procced, and depending on like your CT buff as well. Once you get to the lower end of the fights too, you do get a bit of a CT buff with this particular team as well. I think it goes up to something like 7. I can't remember why, but I do remember seeing it go up. Maybe in the shooter fight, might have been in the next one. We'll have to wait and see, or check the footage if you guys roll back. But Whitebeard can get his special off twice in the last like 40 seconds. It's not super likely, but it definitely is a possibility. Most of the time, you'll definitely see it at least once, provided he stays alive. Because remember, he does lose that extra defense when you guys get, like, after 30 seconds, which is really odd. I think he should just keep that defense all the way up to where he gets his attack. Basically, he then shifts from a defensive unit to an attacking unit. But nevertheless, he doesn't do that. He loses the defense fairly early, but can provide a lot of attack for your team. So it is a little bit odd to see Whitebeard as a defensive unit when really all of his abilities are based around giving attack. Like, he gives HP, like I said at the start, which is great, but really everything he's doing is just giving attack. He's giving level 6 attack to Powerhouse characters. He gives level 6 attack with his special. He then counters, which does damage, and then basically after 60 seconds, he does a lot of damage himself. Most of the time, though, you'll never see that, like, crazy amount of damage that he can do, because the fights either won't go that long, or if they do go that long, Whitebeard will usually die, or just, like, not pop the special off. Like, he might do it once. Like I said, you do have the option of it, like, you do have the ability to do it twice, but it's just so unlikely. But 90% of the time, I just find that Whitebeard, he just dies. As you can see, he pops off very early there, which is great, because now, like, Dalton, Pell, and Lucci are doing a lot of damage. As you can see, like, Dalton's hitting for 4k, because he's sitting, what's Dalton's attack? 29 attack, which is really high for the first 30 seconds, like, really, really high. Lucci, then lowest defense, does a lot of damage himself with 29 attack. Lowering the defense first obviously works exceptionally well. And I thought this was a shooter fight that we were actually taking on, but it turns out it was just like a quick Psy fight with level limit break of Kuzan and Tesoro and stuff like that. So wasn't too juicy of a fight, but that first shooter fight definitely showed what the DEX Powerhouse team can do. But DEX have a plethora of very powerful units, and finding a spot for Whitebeard just doesn't really exist, because you just have so many better options for the team. Like Utis Kid, the Dex Kid, even Blackbeard himself, just using Blackbeard, Queen, Lucci. Like, there's just so many other units that I would put on this team over something like Whitebeard. But, like I said, Dex don't have a lot of powerhouse units. You have the Sobermask, Pell, Dalton, Lucci, Queen, Blackbeard. So you can do some pretty cool stuff there. But let me know your thoughts and opinions of Whitebeard in the comment section below. While you're down there, don't forget to belt the like button for me. If you are new to the channel, you haven't done so already, hit that big red subscribe button. Most importantly, though, wherever you guys are in this beautiful world, please remember to enjoy the rest of your day. As always, homies, I thank you for watching, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Later!